You are dead to me.
Let's open up the whole can and kick ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out.
It doesn't even make sense, Ryan.
You can't hurt this. I'm a machine, Dirk.
Will never apologize. You stink.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Hey guys, Joe, I'm Craig, this is Ryan. We are the College Football Scouts.
We ran out of beers.
We did run out of beers. It's a pandemic going on, there's a shortage around.
Yeah. So we'll get into our NFC division winners.
Real quick, if you haven't already, we did an AFC video as well. Go check that out. Or actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Wait till the end of this video and then go check out the AFC video. I'll actually attach a link at the end of the video so you guys can't miss it.
Yes, please.
All right, so jumping right into it, what we did in the last video over the AFC, we talked who we think is going to be the divisional champ and who won the offseason for each division. We're going to do the same thing for the NFC, starting with the NFC North. So, Ryan, why don't you go ahead and list out all the NFC North teams for the
NFC
people.
North, we have the Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings.
Okay. So go ahead and kick us off, Ryan. Who won the offseason?
Who won the offseason? I mean, I don't know. That's a bad division.
They kind of remember the AFC South where it's like, did anyone win the offseason? No.
It's like,
but
who
there's
didn't-
There's a
there's
loser.
a clear cut
There is a loser.
There's
Who
a clear
didn't
cut
lose the offseason?
And the
question.
Packers, I think, lost.
Of course.
The Packers 100% lost the offseason.
Yeah, the Packers. I
blew
mean, I
it.
still think they win the division, but they lost the offseason.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they went 13-3 last year.
So, like I said, I think it's more AFC South kind of like who no one actually did anything. I mean, the Vikings had a pretty solid draft. The Bears did actually really well with only a second-round pick getting that good corner out of Utah. But at the end of the day,
Lost Clinton Dix.
yeah, I don't think anyone really won, but I definitely think the Packers lost.
I mean, the Chicago Bears drafted their 11th tight end in the first round,
It's
so
insane.
From?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, Cole Clement.
Cole
Cole Kmet, baby.
So, again, I'm with you on this
They
one.
got rid of Trey Burton.
Yeah, no, and
Trey Boo-Boo.
He was hurting the whole. He was hurting.
Yeah.
Trey hurting.
Trey Boo-Boo.
Yeah.
Trey Boo-Boo.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't really think there was a whole winner here. Detroit had so many holes that they couldn't win. There was no way.
I think Minnesota had a good draft.
That's what I say.
they filled some holes. I give it to Minnesota.
filled holes.
At the end of
They
the day,
lost.
at the end of the day, I was going to say that. At the end of the day, I got my division winner being Minnesota, and I actually don't have another team making the playoffs in this division.
I think Green Bay is going to miss. I think Minnesota's
I
going to
think
win the
Green Bay wins the
division.
division. Went 13-3 last year, and that was with a new head coach.
With 8 games being decided by one score
doesn't matter. They
less.
still have Aaron Rodgers. Still a good
Yeah,
quarterback.
historically, that doesn't
He's still
translate.
a good quarterback.
That doesn't translate. But you're right. Aaron Rodgers is
I
different.
mean, he's
than,
still Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's
It's
still
true.
there, guys.
He's still
right?
Aaron
He's
Rodgers.
still Aaron Rodgers.
Do you have
and then-
anyone? Do you have the Vikings picking the wild card then?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is that guy Adam?
That guy.
Vikings winning the division, Green Bay with the wild
Okay.
card.
Fair.
Kinda
So
see
Craig and
that
I.
as it could go
So at the end of the day,
either
Craig and I have Vikings win division. No one else picking the
I
playoffs.
think everyone else
You
is gonna
have
miss.
Packers winning, Vikings,
Vikings.
and then you have
Those are
Packers.
rivalry games, so it can really go
It's
either
back
way,
and
but I
forth,
think
you
the
know.
Vikings
So you got
are
Vikings
better
winning,
built
Packers.
team.
Okay. All right.
I think when it
Fair.
comes to crunch time at the end in December and all that, I think Aaron Rodgers comes through over
Over
Kirk
one
Cousins.
game in the last week.
Over
and
Kirk
it's
Cousins, 'cause-
Rodgers Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take Rodgers.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to come down to the last game.
I think it might be because they've won a lot of 8
I think
games
the
after 1
Vikings are
point
going to
last
cruise
year.
their way to 12 wins.
All right. So I think we're all pretty much straightforward on that one. Now we
This is
might
the
want to
big
make
one.
this one into a separate video. Who knows? Because it's going to take a while.
NFC South, baby.
I think we should go back to that. I think it should be the last one we do.
You want to come back to it?
Come back to it. All right, we'll come back to it.
We're
We're
gonna
going to come back
to
to
that
it.
one. I think we should go NFC East.
NFC East, okay.
All right.
This is a wild division.
The NFC East is such a wild division, man.
Wild division.
Joe,
It's
why
like-
don't you go ahead and list those boys
God,
off?
what a wild division.
Oh, wow.
I shouldn't say those boys in the NFC East.
yeah.
The teams in the NFC East.
Yeah.
I don't want to be very specific. there.
NFC East, we got the Dallas Cowboys, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, we got the Washington Redskins, and we got the New York Football Giants. I think overall, this division, I don't think anyone won the offseason. I think the Giants slightly got better. The Redskins, I think, at the end of the day, you could argue won the offseason from this division by hiring Ron Rivera, getting Chase Young, getting a solid backup in Kyle Allen in case Dwayne Haskins isn't the guy you think he is. But at the end of the day, that's not going to win the division. I don't like what the Cowboys did. I think Jerry Jones on his yacht with all his whores around him
His backup
really
quarter-
clouded his judgment.
His backup
and
quarterback
he,
went
went,
more.
and he
Clearly.
went with a third receiver when you're already loaded at receiver. That was a dumb
They
pick.
got Clinton Dix in the secondary.
They did.
I mean,
Safety.
They strengthened the
Their-
defense up a
Their
little bit.
offense is not bad.
And their defense is pretty solid.
I feel
It's
like
gonna
that
get
was
better.
an over what do you call over Rich's pick.
The
I don't
winner
think
of
he
this
has. I don't think he had the over Rich's to spare on that. I think the winner of the division is
Those eight-
easily the Philadelphia Eagles because they won it last year with absolutely butts and no, what are you? Butts and no. Nuts and bolts.
Wow.
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts of absolute players in that team. Everyone was hurt.
Yep.
Now this year they went out and got a good receiver. They got Alshon Jeffrey. They still got Deshaun Jackson coming back. They got a solid running back in Miles Sanders coming forward.
As long as
Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert.
as long as he stays healthy.
I have Eagles winning that division,
All right. I'm with you.
and I got no one else making the playoffs from that division.
The Redskins, good hires at coaching staff, made a solid pick. Which
Yeah,
is
but they're rebuilding
can't go
a year.
wrong. It's a rebuild. It's a rebuilding probably next 5
Rivera
years. They're
didn't
not
draft
there.
Haskins. You don't even know if
Right.
he wants him or not.
They're not there, not even close. The Giants, they did the right thing by drafting Andrew Thomas.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
You invested everything. You've sold the farm on Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley. So you did the right thing by drafting Andrew Thomas. But I still don't think you're there yet. Cowboys,
I think the Cowboys win the division.
I like the pick for CeeDee Lamb, actually. And the reason why is if you truly believe Dak is the guy that you're saying he is.
Yeah, which I don't, but yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Either.
But if you think he's the guy he's saying is,
Give him the weapons.
Give him the weapons. Load him up so he has
Let
an
him fail.
abundance of resources. And if he fails,
Then you have-
it's all on him.
That's
He's got,
your-
he's got the
Then you have
O-line.
a, then you
he's
have a
got
playoff
running
quarterback
back.
behind him.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So,
You need all of them.
what's the
having,
playoffs?
having said all that, I'm going Eagles.
I think Dallas wins the division. I think that offense is too stacked.
All right. Do you have anyone, Adam? Stack Adam.
I think Cowboys
Division?
go wild card.
I
Sorry.
think the Cowboys
Jumped
are
to the gun on that one.
perpetually underwhelming. I mean, the Eagles probably going to win the division. The Giants are interesting, but there's a lot of ifs. You know, they have a lot of young talent. Kind of a dark horse. I want to see them do something. They're a tentative wild card. They're definitely not a lock for my wild card.
Yeah.
They're not real. I don't really think they'll get it, but I'd like to see it.
Well, like we said off air, though, Dallas plays the Bird Gauntlet, which no one's. They play all five bird teams.
Yeah.
I should have brought that up on
Yeah,
air.
all five bird teams, and no one's ever beat all
No
five.
one's
in
ever
the
beat all
season.
five.
They never will either.
I don't like this.
Joe's here's like they're not beating my Falcons, damn it! I swear
I'm
to
just saying,
God.
I
Not
think,
gonna happen.
I mean, this division, like you can have a losing record and win this division. And I think Dallas.
Yeah.
I think their offense is too good to win.
So
this,
you
to
got
lose the
Stack
division.
Adam has Eagles.
Yeah.
Eagles.
I have Dallas win the
All
division.
right. Does anyone else have a division, like another team making the wild
No,
card? then?
not at all.
I think
So
Dallas.
you don't have Eagles making the wild card?
Because I think the winners of the division is going to go.
It's gonna be- yeah,
it's going to go 8-8 or something like
Agreed,
that. You know.
agreed.
I think
9-7.
9-7,
I still think
yeah.
I think the Cowboys are going to
Underwhelmed.
steal a couple of out of division games on that one, and I think they're going to end
You got a
up
wild
making
card?
the wild card.
All right.
I think Dak's got something to prove this year.
Adam, you got the
don't think he
Cowboys
can do
making the
it,
wild card or no?
I think Dak could
No.
throw 25 touchdown passes this year and be like, "Pay me." You
Yeah.
know?
Or he's gonna throw 21 and be like, yeah.
No, I think most of the wild cards in the NFC are going to have
Yep.
better records than the winner.
I also think a lot of the wild card teams from the NFC are gonna come from the
I
NFC
mean, I
South.
want
The
Dak.
whole division might make the playoffs.
I don't like the Cowboys, but I want Dak to succeed. I feel like he's not a bad quarterback. I'm sorry.
He's
I-
bad. I think it's.
He's not
Dallas.
worth 38 million.
He's
which
not the
is-
guy that he wants to be.
He
that
turned
thinks
down
he is.
32 million. I think that's an absolute joke.
I want
He's
him,
acting
I-
like he's the best quarterback in the league.
32 million for him is an
He's
absolute.
number 2 in passing last year
To
behind
be
James.
fair,
He's not even on a
I
team
don't know how that
anymore.
deal's structured.
And
the
that
new
shows you how
offense-
important passing yards is.
Yeah,
huh?
no shit. Thank you. All right.
Missed the playoffs.
Next
Like
division, NFC West. This, I think, you could argue is probably the second or third toughest division in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
I could agree with that.
And I think you got the NFC South, of course, and I think you got the AFC West with the Broncos and Chiefs and Chargers and Raiders. But I think this is number 2 with the Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, and Niners. With defending Super Bowl champs, defending NFC champs, Niners. I think who won the offseason, I mean, it's hard to argue against the 49ers.
Real quick, you just said defending Super Bowl champs.
Oh, no, I said defending NFC
Well,
champs.
first you said you were.
Oh, excuse
Just wanted to correct that.
I did correct myself.
They blew us 21-28.
Yeah. No.
21-10. I'm sorry.
Almost as bad as
Fourth
28-3.
No, it was a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter.
It's 21-10 in the fourth quarter and they lost.
No.
He missed it
It wasn't.
completely.
It was 20-10 then. It was 20-10 in the fourth quarter.
I don't know what it was. It was a
It
tip.
It wasn't 28-3.
It was
I
not.
tell you it was a 20. I know that's Super Bowl.
All right.
All
But
right. Go ahead, Joe. Kick it off.
So I think it's hard to argue who won the offseason. It's hard to argue against the 49ers. I mean, they went out, they killed the draft with the first pick, getting rid of Buckner, but still coming back and get that first round pick and getting a guy you can replace him with. They went out and got an absolute stud that a lot of people coming out after the draft talk about how much they love Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State.
Yep.
And people are talking about how much they love him, so they nailed that pick. And then out of freaking nowhere, Joe Staley retires. They trade a 5th round and go get Trent Williams,
Yep.
an all-pro left tackle. So they replaced an all-pro left tackle with an all-pro left tackle. It's hard to say they didn't win that didn't win the offseason in that division. However,
A left tackle to protect the quarterback
The
the ball 10 times.
Well, the Seahawks won the division last year. Or the Seahawks didn't
I'm
win.
just saying, it's a lot of money for a quarterback for 10.
I think
10
the Seahawks.
throws.
I think the Seahawks win the division.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Seahawks win the division. For sure.
I think Seahawks win the division, but I think Niners are
I
definitely
think
a wild
Niners are a
card team.
wild card team. Yeah, they're good enough to be a wild card team.
I'm gonna say Niners win the division.
No.
And I also think they won the offseason.
I love Russell Wilson.
I think
I do.
you brought in an absolute animal on the defensive line
Yep.
to pair with an already strong defensive line, and you replace Staley, who is an incredible left tackle,
Yeah, one of the best.
with a guy who, while still old, I think has more left in his tank.
Also, yeah, he was set up the last 2 years.
And hopefully Jimmy G comes in, and well, I say hopefully, but
He's a fine quarterback.
I think he's going to come in and be fine. I think the
You're
10.
gonna blame him for only throwing 10 passes while they dominate the Vikings. Like, why are you gonna blame him? For
49ers
that?
are going to be wild card, but I think they're going to squeak in because they lost weapons on offense.
I think
They
these
lost
two.
Emmanuel
I
Sanders.
think
they lost Marquise Godwin.
Yeah.
I mean, Goodwin. They
They lost Emmanuel Sanders, the guy they only had for 8 weeks to begin with. Come on, ain't that huge of a loss.
I mean, he's a good receiver. He's a number 2
He's a
receiver.
great
and that's
receiver,
number
but they
2
also
receiver,
drafted a good
wide
one,
receiver.
and it wasn't like he was a staple of that team.
They lost Marquise Goodwin.
Yes, but he also couldn't understand the field.
They lost Breida. Matt Breida is gone. He's gone.
I think he's right.
Matt Breida's gone.
Is
I
he?
swear I know that. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, look it up. That guy
I'm pretty sure Matt Breida's gone. But they have,
I know he was a free agent,
but
but I
they
don't
have
think he's
Jarek
gone
Mc-
yet.
they have
He's still-
Jarek-
No, I thought he went to Miami or
But they have
something.
Jarek
Did he go to
McKinnon.
Miami?
They have
think so.
Jarek
One of the
McKinnon.
great big
But they
Miami.
have Jarek McKinnon though.
Yeah, another guy.
I
Yeah,
think he did go to Miami because
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, Miami.
Miami,
yes.
yeah.
And I'm like, he's coming close to home.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So
They did lose.
God, good
they
job,
did lose
Miami.
weapons
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
They lost weapons on offense, and their quarterback threw the ball less and less as the year went on, which means Kyle
But
Shanahan had less and less faith in him.
that's not.
I don't necessarily know if
true.
that's true. I think that
They were just riding the running game.
the
Because it
running
was
game was
killing
so strong.
With 3 running backs, there's a 3-headed monster.
Yeah, they were running the ball so strong and so powerful. They were just eating up clock, scoring points. Like,
I've seen
why
Jimmy
get away
G
from
throw.
that?
Like Jimmy
Shout
G
out to
can
Matt
Hey.
Breida, by the way, from Brooks,
Yeah.
Florida.
there's only 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad. So
Yeah, I know.
if you
I
can
know,
run the ball, run the
right?
rock.
Yeah,
Well, in
All
this
right.
day and age, incomplete passes isn't necessarily bad anymore.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say Niners win that division. Seahawks get
Wild
in.
card.
Seahawks
Wild
win. I
card.
think Seahawks win the division. I think Niners are.
I'm the same with Ryan. Adam's that guy, Adam,
Yeah, I like the Seahawks. You know, maybe Russell Wilson.
and then Niners
Yeah,
wild
I think
card
they're-
or Niners
Yeah,
wild.
Niners.
I think the Rams are a top 10 pick.
So we're all
I think
kind
they
of-
have a bad year.
Yeah,
I think Rams
they're
are
gonna have
top
another
10
bad
pick
year.
at the end of the draft.
Well, it's not a top 10 pick because I think that's traded away.
Oh yeah, probably.
I believe someone else
Ooh.
has that top 10.
Ooh, that one.
Probably because they had to get. No, they probably because they.
Yeah,
you're right,
it's not their top 10 pick.
Because Rams are right.
Someone else get a top 10 pick. Congratulations to whoever
Well,
that
I'm
team
saying
is.
they're gonna finish bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be
terrible.
below 500. They're gonna.
I
have
also
6
will
wins.
say-
100%.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I think, we did say the Niners won the division, or won the offseason, but I think the Cardinals had a very
we
good
didn't talk
We
about
offseason.
didn't even mention the
With
Cardinals.
DeAndre Hopkins and drafting Isaiah Simmons. And
Forgot about DeAndre.
They
Yeah,
pair
Hopkins
Isaiah
did.
Simmons with a Hassan Reddick, another freakish athlete, kind of like him. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of. I will say I don't see a wild card in there. I definitely see a very feisty team. Like that's not an easy out.
I see a team who gives. I see someone who gives.
And I can see them beating the Niners. I can see them beating the Seahawks.
I can see them
them
splitting.
stealing
I
a
can see
game.
them splitting the Niners.
You know what I mean?
series and-
Stealing a game for
Yeah.
them because they are good enough. I just think they're a couple years away from owning that division when the Niners fall off, and then God forbid if Russell Wilson ever falls off, which I don't think he will.
Yeah. I liked what the Cardinals did. They did I feel like they
When
could
you
have
get
done.
DeAndre for a second, I mean.
They could have done more to. If
Go
you're gonna run
wide.
these 4 and 5 wide receiver sets like crazy, like Cliff Kingsbury wants to do.
Which I love, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean it's exciting football.
It's a quarterback.
Yeah, but how about this? How about a nightmare in fantasy football? A little shout out to fantasy football. A little nightmare coming ahead of you. Watching a Cardinals game, figuring out if you had DeAndre Hopkins or Larry Fitzgerald on your team, who caught the ball? Number 10 or number
Oh
11
yeah.
Trends.
Yeah.
that's
What?
That's rough.
What? Oh no!
Yeah.
Larry,
Yeah.
DeAndre, damn it!
But I don't think they did enough to protect.
And I think the division right now is
Right.
so on top, but they're building something
They
special.
are.
I like
They're
Kenyon Drake
100%.
at running back. I like Kenyon Drake.
They're building something special. They got a lot of young
Yeah.
guys who are getting better.
They need to invest in the offensive
and
line.
they're not ready to overcome that division yet because the teams are so good right now. But those
It's
teams are
stacked.
those teams are getting older, and they Cardinals can make a push.
It's
I don't see
best,
the wild
it's
card.
the second best division in the NFC, coming behind the number 1 best division.
Which
Which is coming up
great
right now.
segue to the next division.
Yeah. Which is coming
Excellent
to
segue.
NFC
the
Like,
NFC South, which could have 3 playoff
I
teams.
said-
if
I mean,
You could have 4. You could go wild.
Yes. I mean, this the best division of football. I'm
I
sorry.
think the best division of football, hands down.
Easily.
God, best
Easily
quarterback division.
100.
I mean, easily best quarterback.
best
division.
offensive division of football.
Only division have 3 quarterbacks so far over 50,000 yards. Of all time.
Matt Ryan's
Yeah.
got like 56,000.
Only division in football since the merger to have all 4 teams go to the Super Bowl, correct? Or no, since the Eagles went, did that break?
No.
I think we're still the only one to have all 4 teams make a Super Bowl.
No, I think the NFC West did it now because the Cardinals went, 49ers went, Seahawks went, Rams
Rams
went.
won, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Since the merger, you're right.
Yeah.
That was just recently broke by the Rams.
But
I think,
no, the Rams, yeah.
but I think NFC South had what 3 receivers in the top 5 this year. You had Evans, you had Godwin, and you had Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Julio.
Forget about
Oh
Julio.
my God! How dare I?
Yeah, what the
That was
hell?
rude as hell.
Yeah, who did you figure?
Disrespectful.
Best
The
receiver
best
in the game.
division. Yeah, I mean,
Right there, you have 5 of the top receivers in the league, right there.
and you got Brady coming in, you got Drew Brees, you got Matt Ryan.
By the way, they got Bucks have Gronk.
Ridiculous. All right, so
Oh God,
Okay.
we can go so far.
Here we
with
go.
this.
Okay, I got
let's try
So
to,
excited.
All
Let's
right.
reel it in. Let's dive in. Okay.
All right.
Get real.
We'll start off with
Total
Stat
professionals.
Guy Adam. Do the honors of telling us the NFC South teams.
Oh, you got the Bucks, you got the Falcons, you got the Panthers, and you got the Saints.
Nice.
Good
Okay.
job. Excellent. Good job.
buddy.
Anyways,
Tough job.
so we'll go to winning the offseason. Who do you think in that division?
Uh,
By the way,
The Bucks won the offseason. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Brady and Gronk, they won the offseason.
I
Who
was
else?
just about to say, all 3 teams made huge offseason
The
acquisitions.
Bucks obviously won the offseason. They're not-
I can argue.
All right,
I can argue.
reel it in a little bit. Reel it in a little bit.
God.
Let's get serious. All right. So. Oh.
So excited to get disappointed. I can't wait to get
I know.
disappointed.
It's gonna be I've never been this excited to be so disappointed.
So,
I'm never
Stat
been
Guy
fan, I
Adam,
have
who won the division offseason? Who won the offseason?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes. Joe, you know they won
All
the
right,
offseason.
so
What do you want me to say? Oh, the
How about
Carolina
this?
Panthers went out and
The
signed
Falcons.
Teddy
you
Bridgewater.
get 2 minutes. Go ahead. Who wants to talk about how great
They
the
went
offseason
out and
was?
paid a running back
Here
and
we
signed
go.
Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, I'm real happy with
Yeah,
that.
No.
the Bucks got Jameis
It
as a
was
backup.
Tampa Bay.
I mean, the Colts got Jameis as a whatever.
Saints.
Saints. It came as their team.
Go on. Hey, have your rant. Go your
No, I
soapbox
can't.
rant.
I can't. I'll do my rant later.
Have
All
your
right.
rant with the Bucks.
I'm not even going to rant about the Bucks. I'm going to talk about the division as a whole. Okay, the Buccaneers let go of the league's leading passer. Okay, Mr. 30 for 30 himself, Jameis Winston. They let him go and signed 43-year-old Tom Brady.
Who I wanted to sign.
So
All those stats regress.
yes,
Well, yeah, he's the backup.
but look,
I mean, of course they regress.
Tom Brady had not the best year ever, but look at the team he just walked into. That team is poised for a run.
He hasn't had this many weapons.
Poised for a run. They never won anything in their life.
If you take those
in their life.
Talently, they're poised.
One.
And you guys have.
Yeah,
you guys
where's
have
your
won
last Super Bowl?
Where's your Super Bowl at?
Okay.
28-3. Don't come at me like that.
0-2. We're 1-0.
Was O.J. Howard even born in
We're
2002?
gonna fight on camera. I swear to God, I watched it.
Yeah, I was there. I watched them win. I watched-
Anyways.
watch your team lose.
Go on with the Bucks.
28-3.
I'll have your moment because I have to argue with the Falcons. Go
I've
ahead.
got some stuff for the Falcons too.
Go ahead.
I'm not just being a homer.
I think
Okay,
it sounds like it.
I'm not. I'm hitting all 4 teams.
100% am. It's okay.
Okay, so but you have a team that I think is poised to make a run. You have 2 of the top 5 leading receivers. You have an O.J. Howard who was not even used, and then on top of that, you brought in Gronk, who is arguably one of the best tight ends of all time. And I don't know if he still has it anymore, so I'm not too terribly excited about that one because he has
And
been
you're
out of
paying
football.
us $10 million.
The 24/7 WWE.
Don't even care that much about it. We had the cap space to burn. And then
And you freaking burned it.
you draft my number 2 tackle in the draft. Tristan Wirfs falls to you at 14.
Which
Or 13, I think we traded up for it.
I liked worse.
Right, I had him behind Jedrick, but Wirfs I think has a higher ceiling.
Maybe.
It's kind of 1A, 1B.
Right.
You know.
So you brought in a guy Wirfs who fixes your number 1 problem.
Okay.
Is your offensive line.
Can I play devil's advocate for
Go
10
ahead,
seconds?
Go ahead.
So you guys are naming all this awesome stuff about this offense. Offense this, offense that.
What about the defense?
You had a 30-30 quarterback who threw for 5,000 yards. We had the league's leading passer. What the hell did you do to change the defense that let up a shitload of passing yards, a shitload of touchdowns?
In the beginning of the year, they were a top 10 defense at the end.
Here we
Last
go.
8
I
games.
have, I have a rebuttal for this.
So they got better at the end.
They did.
You did nothing to improve it though.
Hold on.
You're just
We
trusting
brought
the system?
everybody back on the defensive line.
Trust the process. I heard this in Philadelphia with the Sixers. You can't trust the process, dude. You had to make it better. It's not better.
Drafted a safety in the second round.
We did draft the second round.
Second Adam, what was that?
Shot the safety.
Anton Whitfield, second
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, whose dad played.
Yeah,
Anton
pedigree.
was senior.
But here,
Cyclones, baby.
That's like
hear me out on the secondary on the
He's not
defense
a terror,
issue.
Cyclone.
He's not Iowa State.
No, Minnesota. He was a Gopher.
Golden Gopher.
Golden Gopher.
I was
So you,
thinking, Iowa State Cyclones.
so you bring back Shaq
Monte
Barrett, the
Morris.
league's leading sacker.
Yep.
Okay, you brought
Vita
back
Vey is only getting better.
Vita Vey is getting better. You have Levante David, who's an All-Pro.
Yep.
You have
Underrated
Devin White.
linebacker.
You have Devin White, who's an up-and-coming superstar.
Yep.
And then you brought in JPP, who, I mean, you have JPP, re-signed him. Or
Any
at the
corners
end of
to
the year.
speak of?
So, hold on. Hear me out, though. Ryan's right. In the beginning of the season, they gave up a ton of yards, and they were one of the worst-ranked defenses. However, that
Todd Bowles is
secondary,
great. You know he's great.
I like
yeah.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles is real.
Huge Todd Bowles guy.
Yeah.
All right, that secondary, all three of those of our corners were all rookies.
And they're all coming back.
Jameel Dean
Obviously.
and
all
the,
coming back.
Yep.
And they're
All
all
to the college football team.
yeah, they're all coming. I'm saying, but they're back in the same defense. Nothing's changing on defense. They're
Not
just
true.
learning and
Jamel
learning.
Dean came in, I think it was week 7 or 8. And
Buckton had a strong showing later.
he got destroyed against Seattle and DK
Julio.
Metcalf.
Julio tore him up too.
Yeah. But after those two, he was one of the top-ranked corners in the league.
James Dean,
PFF-wise.
Not James Dean.
Jamel.
Jamel Dean.
Jamel
And
Dean.
Justin Evans comes back to the foot injury, who's a great safety, whose
Well,
first pick ever
maybe.
was Tom
Evans
Brady.
is gone.
Maybe.
Justin
They
Evans
got
is not
Winfield.
going.
They
He
got
hasn't,
Whitehead.
he hasn't officially been cleared.
Yeah,
he may,
do
there's,
you know your team did?
he may not get to play much in the beginning of the season. It may be in mid-season.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to play devil's advocate for a second. You're right.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying. I like how you are right. They did statistically come along. I love Todd Bowles as a
Todd
coach.
Bowles, yeah.
I think he absolutely gets the best out of his players. I will say your defense is on the up and up, but you did absolutely nothing for it. So the up and up isn't as up and up as you Bucs fans might think.
Well, up and up is. I mean, we
It's
drafted
a slow
We
hill.
drafted a safety, which we needed a safety. Everything else we thought we were okay with because everyone was young.
But okay, here's my argument. You should have been okay with it. It wasn't a good defense.
it
Like,
got better at the end of the year. It was. Watch the games.
it still wasn't a good defense. You still were good up 30 points a game.
Here's my rebuttal, Joe. It's an offensive league.
Jameis
nowadays.
It is an offensive league.
James gave them a lot of points.
Okay, so then here you go. Bail your defense out. Here's
Hey,
the
real quick, hold on.
I mean,
Yes,
he
pretty
throws
much.
pick sixes in a game.
Yeah, that's
All
14 points against your defense.
Okay, let's settle down. My only point is, my only devil's advocate point is, you did absolutely nothing to help the bad side of the ball for you guys. The other side of the ball for you, Jameis was throwing picks. That offense moved the ball.
Is nothing.
A second round rookie is not gonna.
I still think
He was projected as a first rounder to start out
So
there.
he can't do anything in the league.
He's a freaking
Is
steal.
he gonna change the defense?
He's
might-
coming
he
into a
could.
decent
Is he gonna make it top 15?
There's always a gym. Why can't it be
He's
our
coming
team?
into a decent
Okay,
unit
you can
that
think
is
that, but
not
I'm gonna go ahead and say
have
the other
us be
statistic
the
where it's on my side, where it's not gonna be
expectations
that.
of
More than likely, no.
Because
Yeah,
Tom
thank you.
Brady.
I think you're a goddamn hater because you're a Falcons fan. That's what I think. It
All
is.
right.
So let's digress to that. I want to talk about that for a
I mean,
second.
Go talk about the Saints. Go.
Not Saints. Fuck the Saints.
Falcons, I'm sorry.
Fuck the Saints. I'm talking about the Saints. Fuck them. I hate the Saints.
Tell us how you feel.
Drew Brees is the worst. I don't like him. I don't like John Payne. He's the absolute horrible. Okay.
Back it up. Hold on. Why don't you like Drew Brees?
He's the new Bill. He's the new Bill Cosby.
Tell the people.
Thank you.
Tell the
Mike.
people
He's a
why
new
you
Bill
don't
Cosby.
like him.
You cannot be that perfect. You cannot be. Everyone's like, oh, what a good guy. What a good guy. Like, he's going to have a blemish. Something's going to happen.
All right.
I also didn't like when he also broke the record. He had his kids on the sideline, had his fake speech that he gave them.
What did-
Everyone's like, how sweet, how sweet. He wrote that shit. That was planned.
Well, he knew he was gonna break the record. He had like
Yeah,
200 yards.
would you not write your Would you just ad lib it? Just wing it?
Not when I'm talking to my kids. No, Craig, it doesn't even on TV.
So, what did
I'll
your-
talk to my kids as
At
a
home.
father.
What did your Falcons do?
All right. Falcons, I think, had a fantastic offseason because we lost, like I said, a lot of players. We lost a lot. Lost Desmond, we lost Vic, we lost some players. However, we went around and we kind of filled every void for it. And what we did was we said our offense is kind of fine, which it is. We lost Freeman. We went out and got Todd Gurley. We'll see what he is.
Arthritic knee.
Well, we'll see what he is, but we don't need him to be an every down back.
Yeah.
He's going to be an offense that can throw the ball. He's not going to be a center point of the offense. Our offense is going to move the ball through Julio and Matt, which has been for the
Yeah.
past 12 years. So we have that, but we went to defense, and we lost Vic Beasley, but we went out and signed Dante Fowler, who's probably a better pass rusher. Now we're paying $18 million for him. It's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
It's a huge hit on the cap. We only have it for 3 years. So we have him next to Grady Jarrett. Went out in the second round and got a guy named Marlon Davidson. Remember the name.
Auburn.
Because Auburn, yes, he's a defensive end, but he's a
Stud.
big boy.
I can't even argue with that one. He is an absolute
It's
animal.
nothing. Second round pick. He's not going to.
Yeah, you're right. Statistically, no chance he does
Safety
anything.
stack guy.
Okay, but,
No chance.
But my second round pick
gonna
doesn't have to be a starter, you jackass. He's a backup defensive tackle. He's
Still
a
a
depth
stud, though.
piece.
I'll give you-
And he's
I'll
a
give you-
depth piece. Grady Jarrett's our stud.
I thought he could have gone first round or possibly
Grady
should have
Jarrett's our
gone
guy.
first round.
And
He's
we
a
went out.
monster.
We lost Desmond Trufant. We went out in the first round. We got AJ Terrell, another solid corner that could kind of fill in for him. I think the Falcons had a great offseason. We had this, going into it, this allure of we have no cap space, but we went out and signed people. We made things happen, had a solid draft. I mean, it's hard to argue right now with who had a better offseason against you fuckheads in the Bucks by getting the GOAT and going out and getting his best friend Gronk and, you know, having top bowls and having Arians and having all this great setups. It looks good on paper. You can't argue against it. But I want to make sure there's a shout out for the Falcons. Also a shout out for the Panthers, who did sign Christian McCaffrey, but did go out and get Teddy B, built that defense with Derek Brown.
Running back a lot of money. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Highest paid running back of all time.
Seen that fail.
That's a dumb stat. The next running back to sign is going to be the
true
highest
stat.
running back of all
Yeah.
time.
But I've seen that fail.
But currently, it's still true.
Yeah.
But I've seen that fail so many times paying a running back. So
Yeah, but he's a little bit different. No one's been like Christian.
Christian's a little bit of a different. I normally say don't pay running backs. It's
I
not
know,
worth it.
I'm with you guys.
Christian
Same thing.
McCaffrey is the new.
And is this
he's the new
Saquon?
Marshall Falk.
A little bit, yeah. He's different.
Yeah.
He's
Great
not,
pass catcher.
Yeah, he's not a running back that you're just gonna be like, you're not going to tote the load 300 times.
Right.
Like, you'll get 300 touches.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be 300
Not 300
carries.
carries.
Exactly.
I would never pay a running back. I would never
The point
draft a
is,
running back.
again, this division is the best in football, I think.
By far.
I think not only did Brady coming to Tampa
think it's the
help
most-
the Bucks, I think it, honest to God, helped the
I
division.
think it's the most primetime games by division.
It is.
And I think it helped
Yeah.
the
The
Bucks
division
have
because
5 alone.
it kind of made everyone strap up the trench strap and say, you know what, fuck it, we're not just going to take a backseat to Tom Brady. We're going to go get his ass, and we're all going to go in to beat him this year. And I think every single team said, we're not going to tank. We're not going to be a bad team. We're not going to be the Jaguars. We're not going to be a team that stinks.
Yeah.
We're going to all be good, and we're all going to go in for this year too. And I like that. I think the Falcons were epitome of that.
Yeah.
I will tell you, again, I told you I was not going to be a homer, Joe.
But unfortunately, the Falcons finished third in the division.
Okay, I haven't got there yet. Again, what I was going to say is that I liked the fact that Tampa said, to hell with it, we're going all offense. We're bringing in Brady, we're bringing in Gronk, we're drafting an offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing in offense, we're going to have the highest, possibly one of the highest flying offenses.
Which is what you should do in the NFC South.
Saints and Falcons already had that.
Yep.
The Falcons did go all in on defense, pretty much. with the
Pretty much,
exception of
without
the running
talking.
back.
Tom Brady's
Right.
not going to give the team 14, 21 points a game.
Right.
You know, with pick sixes. Like,
Yep.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Now-
but is Tom Brady going to throw for 5,000 yards?
It doesn't matter.
And 30
Jamie-
touchdowns?
Yards don't matter, apparently.
Oh, but you're moving on offense.
Tom Brady's never thrown 5,000 yards.
No, and
He's fine. Okay?
And I agree with you. Tom
Yeah.
Brady's gonna have a better record than Jameis did. I 100%
Yes.
agree with that.
Yep.
If you leave it to the point,
Yeah.
we can break down the division winners. I think Bucks definitely make the playoffs this year. I think the Bucks and the Saints are gonna be wild cards, and obviously I'm a homer, so I'm gonna pick the Falcons to win the division.
I'm going to say, if I'm. So.
It's weird. All
Every-
the Bucks fans are gonna disagree with
Wow.
that.
Every single part of my entire being wants to say that the Bucks are going to win the
The
division.
Saints are going to win the division.
Saints are going to win the division. Bucks are going to be a wild card. Falcons are going to
No, the
finish
Bucks are
third.
going to win the division, in my opinion.
Huh?
Thank you,
The
Ryan.
Bucks win the division.
Thank you,
in my
Ryan. You
opinion.
disgust me.
I'm,
The Saints?
I'm being 100% honest. I'm not being a
Who am
homer.
I sitting next to right now, dude? The
I'm not
Saints?
being a homer. I'm being 100% honest. I think the Saints.
Fuck the Saints. I'd rather be wrong than pick the
I
Saints.
think Tom Brady makes everyone in that
I'd
locker.
rather
Fair
be
enough.
wrong than
Fair
pick the
enough.
fucking
When you
Saints.
have somebody like Tom Brady in that locker, that makes your entire team
elevates.
better.
It elevates
If
the
you're
play.
on a defense and you're thinking, I got to stop every drive because my quarterback's going to give up 14 points a game, you don't have that with Tom Brady.
Right.
You don't
Yeah,
have
but don't you think every defense in that division thinks the same thing about their quarterback? Like, hey, we have a quarterback that can score at any given point.
No, I don't.
Well,
It's not the Panthers.
not the Panthers, but everyone else does. The Saints and the Falcons do.
I,
Do you think that helps the Falcons defense? Because trust me, it fucking doesn't. They stink.
no, but I'm saying as your defense though, if you're out there and you're getting better at the end of the year and you're giving up 14 points a game, 17 points a game, but your quarterback's
I'm
giving
playing
you 14,
devil's advocate,
giving 14
and I'm
points
saying-
away, that gets at your head though.
Yeah.
If you look at how about this? Last point in the NFC South. If you went into last year, before you got Tom Brady, before this whole shitstorm came for Tampa, if I said, hey guys, what was the worst side of the football last year? What would you have said?
Statistically,
What would you have said? No, just your eyeballs. Fuck the
eyeballs was on defense.
Yeah.
Adam.
In the Bucks?
Yeah.
I mean, Jameis was throwing
Okay.
a lot of picks.
Thank God you said that, but what is your actual end of the day? What side of the ball hurt you the worst?
Offense.
Okay, fair. You guys said defense.
Eyeball
You
test.
did
As
nothing.
a regular fan watching football,
And my point is you did nothing to address that.
Eyeball test. Defense was the weak point. However.
We got Tom Brady.
I
No,
get
no,
it.
no, no,
Quarterback
no, no.
gave
I get
up
No.
30 interceptions.
That's the thing. Is
So a
listen.
lot of points on
That's a lot of points.
When you look at it and you just see the defense, you're like, damn, the defense gave up 40 fucking points.
No, the
That's
defense
crazy.
only gave up 28 points.
But
But we're not done like
And-
that. We have DVOA, we have PFF. We see your defensive
and
rating.
that's why if you look at PFF statistically, the defense was actually one of the top 10 defenses in the league.
At the last 6 weeks of the year, I saw that same
When they
stat.
got
I think it
better.
was, yeah.
Not the end of the year, though, the overall stats.
And they
weren't
got
top
better.
six.
Yeah,
No,
because they were bad at
like
the beginning of the
14
year.
or something like that. 15, something
Okay.
crazy.
With
So
no
you
Devin,
see-
when Devin White wasn't there, when he came
Devin
back,
White
they
was
got
hurt.
better.
It's true.
Is that ironic?
I like Devin White. I like
Is
Devin
that
White.
ironic? Or
I was the one on your jackass's side when you guys picked him. Everyone's bashing Devin White.
I love Devin White. I
love
liked
Devin
him or
White.
Devin Bush.
Well, I was
Two
saying you
people I liked.
jackasses as in Bucks fans.
Yeah.
People hated that pick.
No,
I
One
love
of
Devin
those
White.
Devins. We'll take one of them.
I like Devin
Yes,
Bush. You had a
yes,
great.
bro.
By the way, Steelers. He's a great pick. I like
he was
Devin
awesome,
Bush.
too.
It was either him or Devin White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only like 5'11" or something.
Anyway,
George
so
Brooks was like
Well, I was
6'4".
gonna say it gave me a little bit of hope that like maybe one day I'll be something.
yeah, timeout. At the end of the day, we got who you guys have win the division? Adam.
I got the Bucks.
Bucks
I
win
think,
the
you
division.
know,
All right, and you got
I got the Saints.
Saints, and then I got Falcons win the division. However, wild cards we got in that division.
The Saints are wild card in the division.
Okay, and no one else.
I got the Bucks.
Yeah, I give the Saints.
The Falcons could be a wild card in the division if everyone on defense stays healthy. Like last year, they had a lot of injuries.
So here's where the problem's gonna be is I think the Falcons should be a wild card team.
I mean, the Falcons won the Super Bowl not long ago.
I don't
the
think
Super
that the
Bowl.
Falcons will be a wild card team only because the fact that all four of these teams are playing each other twice.
Yeah, they're tough.
And the Falcons have the toughest schedule according to win-loss
Yeah,
record
that's
last
awful
year.
last
Do you believe
I know.
ESPN has the Saints sweeping the Bucks this year?
Get out of here. It's wild.
Sweeping them.
God forbid the Bucks get predicted to lose a game. Oh wait,
Sweeping
they've always
them.
been predicted to lose a game. You
I'm saying
jackasses.
sweeping?
Tom Brady's never been.
But the last time
Tom Brady's 8 years, you fucks.
But I'm
all
saying-
those Tom Brady stats don't count for the Bucks.
in
count.
03,
They count.
the Bucks were swept by the Saints in 03.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Turned out pretty well for us, I'm just saying.
You dickheads. All right, timeout. End of the day. Let's go off and rail off our division winners.
All right.
I got Vikings, Falcons, Eagles, Seahawks, with my 3 wild cards being Niners, Bucks, Saints. Go.
I got Eagles, Vikings, Saints, Niners, with my wild cards being. I'm stuck. I got Tampa, Seattle.
So upset with you.
I know, but I'm being honest. What I really think is going to happen,
No, you don't. You really think the Bucks are going to win?
and Green Bay.
Okay.
I want the Bucks to win the division, but if I'm being 100% honest,
So
I
my
don't
division,
know
yeah.
if they do.
My division winners are the Cowboys, the Packers, the Bucks, and the Seahawks, and I have the Saints, Vikings, and Niners being the wild card teams.
Okay. Nice picks. You're opposite of mine, by the way. Like, none of our picks align.
That's fine. What you got, Stack Guy Adam?
All right, I got the Eagles, the Vikings, the Bucks, and the Seahawks winning the division. I had San Fran, Green Bay, and honestly, I'm gonna say get rid of New Orleans there. I think they're due for even more bad.
Yeah, fuck New Orleans. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna put Atlanta as my last.
The Bill Cosby of football, apparently.
Fuck them all. I hate them all. I hate all the Saints. Champagne's the
I'm just
worst.
tired of Drew Brees. Just
I-
tired of him beating up my team.
He's so good.
Like, we
but-
thought his career's over, then he goes to my division and just tears it up for 10 years. Like, awesome. Thanks.
Wish we had
Appreciate
Dante
it, bro.
Culpepper. Thanks, Nick Saban, you dick.
First week of the
Remember we could have Dante
Fitzpatrick
Culpepper
will
there?
always be a
Yeah.
Following Aaron Brooks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember they stunk? I love the Saints when they stunk.
It was fantastic. Everybody enjoyed
Aaron
that.
Brooks is my favorite.
It was trash.
Juice McAllister running for 1,000. No one cared.
Dante
Loved it.
Stallworth.
Killed a man.
Manslaughter. It was
Manslaughter. He was drunk. He
Yeah,
didn't
it was
hit him.
DUI.
And he
man.
ran from him. But Michael Vick went to jail for a
Not a
year.
laughing matter, Ryan. A guy died.
And Mike Vick killed nothing.
And went to
He
jail for a
killed
year and a half.
zero things.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna lose.
We're gonna lose.
I'm
we, just
going
got, we have 75 subscribers. We just lost 8
I
of them.
lost a couple, but whatever. Okay.
We love dogs, I swear.
I swear we love dogs. All right.
All right, cut this before we pull it
Yeah.
out.
Hey, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Don't touch that button. Wait. Also, like, comment, subscribe. Now you can touch the button.
Wow.
See you guys.
See you guys.